Welcome back to yet another edition of The Gold Standard. I am your host, Brett Bultje. This is brought to you by Cedar Gold Group, where honesty, integrity, and transparency are our number one priority. We are in the beautiful Miami, in the heart of the financial district, and we're happy to be here. We are the only physical gold and silver company physically located here. Many of you watching are here for the first time, wanting to know a little bit more about why they are seeing more gold and silver commercials on TV than they have ever seen in their lives. Get ready. There's only going to be more over the next couple years. Some of you are currently clients just wanting to continue their education. So we're happy to have everybody. And by the way, feel free to pass this along to anyone that you feel should need to see this as well. We're going to cover a number of topics, but just to set the air, there's reasons why people buy. We'll talk about how to buy gold and silver. We'll talk about why now more Americans are buying than ever. And let's just take a step back and really view what we are up against, because it does seem that there's glimmers of hope that may disappear. Some new things pop up, but we are busy. We are taking thousands of phone calls a day, and there is no shortage of uncertainty behind those phone calls. The voices that we're hearing on the phone would like some answers. You've worked your entire lives to accumulate wealth, to put things away. Some of you are trying to just make your money last as long as possible. There's others of you that are more interested in what we've coined intergenerational wealth, or making sure that you leave something behind to your loved ones. We'll cover all these topics, but we have rapidly rising long-term interest rates. Our GDP, we are set to decline for multiple quarters. Now, remember that the definition of a recession is 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth. After we've just had one and we're set to have multiple, we'll talk about the implications and ramifications of that. But inflation data is also back on the rise. The 1-year horizon outlook and the 5-year horizon outlook of inflation both spiked. In fact, the largest, fastest spike since 1993. We have the largest wave of tariffs in over 100 years. Consumer sentiment is back at pandemic levels. It really begs us to ask, what does the Fed even do here? The war on the dollar and the devaluation of our currency is one of the main topics, and geopolitical tensions. Now, if we go back to 2020, 2022, Russia-Ukraine tensions have been fueling the fire. Anything else in the Middle East creates a little more uncertainty. We have global economic uncertainty, and the U.S. markets impact everyone else. Buckle up, strap in. Experts have said expect volatility that you have not seen in this lifetime, but that's also why you are here. We're going to go over a few things here. Common questions. An overview of what's available to you through retirement accounts and cash. We're going to give you what we call the other side of the story. Why do I say that? Because financial advisors, wealth planners, friends and family, your trusted inner circle, have very strong opinions about gold or gold in the past. Well, I say gold in the past because at this point, gold is undeniable. This is why you're going to see more gold and silver commercials on TV than you've ever seen in your life. We're going to talk about who we are. Who is Cedar Gold Group? There's a lot of different organizations out there that do what we do. We'll tell you what we do better, and what we do differently. What you can own, how you can own it, and what happens after you do. How to sell it. All great questions, very commonly asked questions. So why now? Let's just touch a little bit. We have experts from Ray Dalio, the founder of the world's largest hedge fund, Bridgewater Associates. We have Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad author, New York Times best-selling book. We have Jim Rickards, Pentagon threat analyst to the White House, who's been an economist for a very long time, helped craft the petrodollar agreement, which he coined the Doomsday Agreement, and the implications of that petrodollar agreement expiring June 9th of 2024. What is a capital rotation? What does that mean? How does that impact me? What are we doing? I will throw out some other interesting facts as well. Central banks, as of now, have been net buyers of gold and silver for 15 consecutive years. Now, remind yourselves that central banks are the people who print our money or control our money supply. And if that throws up a red flag for you, why are the people that controlling our money buying gold and silver and at record amounts for some central banks? Two hypothetical questions. What do they know that we don't? Or possibly, what are they planning or preparing for? So who is Cedar Gold Group? We are, again, a full-service precious metals investment firm dedicated to education first. We are here to get you as much information as you can possibly handle to help you make the right decision for you, but more importantly, your family. You've worked incredibly hard to get that money. It'd be silly to just have it wash away, evaporate, but not only potential market loss, but with the unlimited money printing, the money supply, they're able to absolutely create as much money as they feel like. And by no fault of your own, your dollar is worth less. In fact, we have a war on the dollar. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, 47 more people applying for membership, have really impacted your dollar, maybe even more than you understand. We have a lot of information, and that is a segment for an entire other episode. We've touched on it before, but the war on the dollar and the erosion, the evaporation of your money through inflation, which is the silent retirement killer. Keep that in mind. It's detrimental to your longevity of retirement. Why gold now? Well, more Americans have purchased gold and silver in the last 3 years than any other 3 years. And there is something to a herd mentality. Gold and silver are precious metals, and there is a finite amount of it. There was a Bank of America article published just a couple years ago, and the headline says it all. The Fed can't print gold. So as more people purchase a limited supply of gold, you know what that does to the price. All right, so let's transition a little bit more into how to buy gold and silver. Let's get to the point, Brett. I got you. Number one, if you have a qualified retirement account, let's say it's a 401k or an IRA, possibly you're in the healthcare system or education system with the 403b. After 59 and a half, you are eligible to roll those retirement accounts into a self-directed IRA. Now, if you do have those qualified accounts outside of an IRA and you happen to separate or leave that employer, the age restriction goes away. IRAs are great. There's no age restriction for those accounts. So first, step one, we help you establish and create a self-directed IRA. Now, Forbes named this the #1 retirement account all wealthy people have that you probably don't. That is an article from 2017 that is just as relevant today as it ever was, and it always will be, because this is an alternative asset class IRA. There's over 100 IRS-approved alternative asset classes. Now think of that more as the things in life that you can touch and feel. Now physical gold and silver just happen to be two of the many things on the list. No application fee, no startup costs, no taxes, and no penalties to transfer your funds over to this self-directed IRA. Now, we have, as the gold and silver industry, nicknamed the self-directed IRA a gold IRA. It's much more than that. So step one, now that in 15 minutes less of your time, you have this bright, shiny, brand new self-directed IRA, gold IRA, open and established at no cost to you. We help you fund your account. And whether you have Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, Vanguard, Voya, Fidelity, any custodian that contains or holds your retirement, we'll help you move the funds from where they are to where they need to go. Now, the transfer can take days. It can take weeks. We are a little bit limited and at the mercy of how many people are buying gold and silver at the same time. We'll do everything we can to expedite the process and make it painless, quick and easy. We hold your hand every step of the way. All right, so step one, we have helped you establish and create a self-directed gold IRA. Step two, we've helped you transfer the funds tax-free, penalty-free. That was step three. Now that your account is funded, we talk to you, ask a series of get-to-know-you questions. What does that help us all do? Well, everyone's different. Everyone has a different time frame, age, goal, or really what they're trying to accomplish. And after determining all of those values, why you're buying, that will help pair you up with the perfect gold or silver bar or coin from possibly a specific mint and in a specific size. Now we can get really creative here. And a lot of people are asking, should I buy gold? Should I buy silver? Here's some one-liners for you that you may like. You have your gold to hold, your silver to spend, your lead to shoot. I know a lot of you watching have that last one covered. I can't help you there. Now, you also have gold to buy the refrigerator, silver to buy what goes in the refrigerator, or you have gold to buy the bakery, silver to buy the bread. There's all sorts of one-liners I'll load you up with here. But now you start to get a feel of what asset might be right for me. Now that we've completed step one and step two and step three, the next common question is, where are the metals stored? Great question. Thanks for asking. The metals will be shipped to a non-banking, non-government, privately held facility that is IRS approved. And these are known as depositories. You can think of them as vaults where the metals go, and you don't have to worry about insurance either. The Delaware Depository is insured by the oldest, largest insurance company in the world, Lloyd's of London. And out of sight, out of mind, you have the peace of mind that they're there. While they're there, maintains the tax-deferred integrity of the account. So we've completed the process. You have put yourself back on your own personal gold standard. What happens if I want to sell? This is a big difference with Cedar Gold Group. Now, it's as easy as this. Possibly you need some money. A tree fell through my roof. You give me a call. I need $10,000. We find out how many bars and coins that comes out to be and send you a check or a wire in 24 to 48 hours. It's as simple as that. Now, some of you are watching and you have passed the age that you are now in the required minimum distribution phase of your life. Not a problem. And you actually have some new options that you did not have before. You can receive the gold and silver bars and coins that you've acquired as your distribution, as your RMD. It's called an in-kind distribution. So we'll talk to you more about that if you are taking RMDs or if you would rather just take delivery of your metals. You know, we don't give tax, financial, legal advice, but there are some benefits and loopholes that you are able to participate in through a gold IRA that were not previously available to you in your traditional asset classes. So let's switch gears here for just a moment. Not everybody watching this has a retirement account, but you do have some cash savings that have been tucked away, stashed away, and you're not really a fan of possibly the banking system or have some doubts, some concerns whether your money will ever be there for you. That's a hot topic right now, by the way. Real estate, residential, real estate, commercial markets are not looking too hot. We have 6.1 million Americans that have entered the seriously delinquent phase of their mortgage. That is higher than in 2008. When we saw bank failures, when we saw quantitative easing, the fanciest name for money printing you've ever heard. we saw market loss, we saw inflation. And if you would agree that creatures tend to be creatures of habit, then we seem to be making the same mistakes, but on a larger scale in a shorter amount of time. Cash purchase. It's as simple as this. The saying cash is king has been very clearly replaced by cash is trash. I said it, you know it, and you'd like to get rid of it. You simply open an account here at Cedar Gold Group that does not cost any money and it does not commit you to anything. It's our agreement between Cedar Gold Group and you that what you get is what we say it is. And it's also our agreement to repurchase it from you in the future. After you fund your account, we pay for shipping. We pay for insurance on the shipping. There's no sales tax. I have to joke here because you would be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't, at how many people have utilized the good old-fashioned Folgers coffee can safe that's buried in the backyard. You do what you want with them. Put them in your safe, hide them in your walls, bury them in the backyard, give them away as Christmas presents. It's your money. In the future, again, it's just the reverse. We pay for shipping and insurance on the shipping back to us, and we'll send you a check or a wire in 24 to 48 hours. So we've covered retirement accounts. We've covered a cash purchase and what that means. Hopefully you're taking away and you grabbed your pen and paper and you know how to buy gold and silver, either through a retirement account or through a cash transaction, the 1, 2, 3-step process, how easy it really is. And let's be honest, as a full-service precious metals investment firm, we've done all the paperwork. We've made all the phone calls. You've just made the decision. We'll be happy to get you as much information as you need. And it's not about having a lot of information. It's about having the right information. Give us a call today. Check out the website. And keep in mind, we're rooting for you. Once again, Cedar Gold Group. And stay tuned for our next episode. You're not going to want to miss that one. Thanks for watching again, Cedar Gold Group. Catch you next time.